What's up, guys? I wanted to give you a quick little review of my Clearwater lights that I've got on my bike. I've got two pairs actually. I've got the Clearwater Ericas on the crash bars, and then I've got the Darlas on the side of the front fenders. Those ones are great being down there just because when you go into turns they move with your lights. The Ericas are really just a powerhouse. It's brighter than the stock LED headlight, which is practically useless in most cases. So I run my lights at 30% at night. So right now you can see I'm lighting up most of the road. There's high beams, which is pretty much absolutely blinding if you're on the receiving end. They are, you know, a little bit pricey, and you can get the Denali's or Rigids or any of the other brands for, you know, maybe half or a little bit more than half the cost, but they're just not built the same. Especially knowing Clearwater, the owner firsthand, and all the people that work there. If you break a light, they're more than willing to work with you to replace it. You know, most of the time it's at no cost. And they actually like seeing people break lights because it's very difficult to do so, just the way they're built. I've fallen numerous times off-road, fallen once on the street. The lights have hit, no issues ever. The mounting hardware is absolutely great. All the different configurations. No matter what bike it goes on to, even if it's a universal mount, it's one hell of a purchase, and it's completely worth it. The one thing I really do like though is how integrated they are into the bike. It's not just, oh, you know, they plug into the bike and they turn on and turn off when the ignition goes on. They've got so many different settings, it's amazing. If I hit my blinkers, you know, to switch lanes, the lights dim down to 10% so the oncoming traffic can see the blinker. If I hit my hazard lights on, they strobe or flash. Basically, it's just an extra added warning. You can adjust, you know, the brightness on the fly, or you can let it do it with the bike, which is honestly my favorite. How, you know, if I get on the bike at 11 o'clock at night versus getting on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I don't have to change the brightness setting. The bike will do it automatically based on the photo, I believe they call it a photo something sensor that's on the dash or the display. So when it senses the high light, it turns the lights up to whatever your setting was, and in low light it turns them down, which can be kind of annoying at times. Sometimes I'll go through a tunnel, and the tunnel will make my lights dim down to 30% even during the day, but you know, as I said, that's the photo sensor working its magic. So like here, as I merge, you'll see my lights will dim down. Which is not a bad thing at all. It's one of my favorite parts of it. Plus, the other thing I really like too is when you hit the turn signal cancel and they go back to their, whatever their preset was. Just them getting brighter kind of gives a sense of everybody around you and in front of you that you're still there. The other thing I have specifically on my bike is I have the yellow lens covers, just to give it a little bit of a different look. Most people don't like the yellows, probably like this person. It's not a yellow, it's more of like a greenish tint. But it's specifically designed, according to what Glenn from Clearwater, who's the owner, stated. It's a different color or tone of a yellow. It's kind of like a yellowish green that the human eye is not used to normally. So it grabs your attention a little bit more than just normal yellow lights would. And I can tell you one thing, it's for sure a thing. Especially when these lights, just the Ericas alone, put out over 6,000 lumens each. It's unbelievable. And then the little Darlas down below are, if I remember correctly, are like, it's either 1,000 or 2,000 each. But whatever it is, it's still a ridiculous amount of light. The other thing I installed from Clearwater was the Billy light, which is basically, I believe it's 5 LEDs built into a license plate frame. And it's just an added visibility to the rear. And it's arguably a little bit less than what the Darlas are capable of in the front as a brake light. And like I said, it's got all the same features. You know, when I hit my brakes, it's all integrated into the bike. So I can make it flash, I can make it strobe, I can make it work as a normal tail light. You know, I can turn it off if I really wanted to, but I don't know why you would. When your GPS dims, your lights will follow it. For some reason, however Clearwater figured out the bike's code, whatever it reads, as soon as the GPS goes into the light mode, which is the wider gray screen, the lights get turned up automatically. So if you get on the bike and you notice that your screen is dark, then you're in the dark mode. All 3 sets of lights were super easy to install. I mean, with Clearwater's instruction manual, and the way they have their whole system set up, it's really just a plug and play, and then route it wherever you want to route it. The best place I found to route the wires was, you can either go up the side of the bike with the frame, you can go underneath the gas tank, and then through just below where the air fans are, or you can do like what we ended up doing on my dad's GS, was we took the tank off and ran it underneath the tank with all the other accessory wires that go to the display to connect everything in. Now, one reason I went with my Clearwaters, the Ericas, instead of like say the Savina or the Glenda, one, I wanted the light, which is 6,000 lumens, like I mentioned earlier, which is huge. The Savinas are just a little bit too big for what I needed on the bike. Plus it was more of a spotlight, where these Ericas are more of floods. Now the cool part is Clearwater offers a hybrid package, which you can buy, that, say I wanted one Erica and one Savina, which is the bigger light, they'll sell it to you like that, so you have one of each light to install. So you have one floodlight and one spotlight. So, you know, you've got one for obviously close and then one for a little bit longer reach. However, for me, I felt that I didn't need the spotlight, just because I figured if I went off-road or anything like that, I was going to be really looking at what obstacles were in front of me rather than, you know, super far ahead. Plus for the street, which I primarily ride, I just wanted it for visibility, you know, for people to see me a little bit more. One thing I love is people, I don't know why, but they tend to really hate the lights. It's just because of how bright they are and because of that special green color. You know, it just, they don't like it being behind them. Even if I turn them down to like 10%, people, they just, I don't know what it is, they just don't like the color of them. And they will move, and they'll actually move over most of the time. There's no turn dial or anything. You just push a certain sequence of buttons, you know, to change a certain setting. So, like for me to dim my lights, if I want to dim my Ericas, I push the turn signal cancel and then hold the navigation wheel you know, either to the right or to the left, depending on if I want to adjust my Darlas or my Ericas. So it's all on the fly, which is absolutely amazing. These Clearwater lights are probably downright my most favorite part on this bike that I've installed. Well worth the expensive money, but you know, I've knocked them off before, you know, in a couple off-road crashes, and they hold up like, you know, nothing else. My dad had a pair of rigids on his GS, and those really took a beating. They held up, but not nearly as well as the Ericas or any of the Clearwaters per se. There you go. Just switched over, so now my lights are at 50%. There it goes. See how it goes back? And it's back to 50.